Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is a live unboxing of the Surface Pro 2. Now I have a Surface Pro right here. This is my first Surface Pro. I guess really the only Surface Pro. I had a Surface, you know, the Surface RT as they called it, or no, they used to call it the Surface with Windows RT, and then they shortened it, and I returned that. I did not return my Surface Pro, however. I did have to return the Surface Pro stylus. This is actually a used stylus. I went into the Microsoft store saying, hey, your stylus fell apart. And they said, oh, here, let us get you a new one. But their definition of a new one was actually the one they used on the floor at the Microsoft store. So I've had a used stylus, but a relatively new Surface Pro for, well, how long has this been out? A year now? It's about time we had a new Surface. And this is, oh, sorry about that. I nudged the camera. I kind of drooled a little. I've been looking forward to trying the Surface Pro 2, if only to be able to directly compare it to the first Surface Pro. These, of course, are each running on the Intel platform, and I have to thank Intel for allowing me the opportunity to play with a Surface Pro 2. And you can tell it's a Surface Pro 2 because on the box it says 2. In fact, when I took a picture asking people what they would like me to unbox next in this channel, many people responded with a Surface Pro 2. And I will be unboxing other Intel products running on Android platform, not necessarily on the Windows platform, in the coming weeks and doing giveaways for those. This, however, I'm not giving away. I'm going to be, I guess, holding on to it for the foreseeable future, if only to run comparison videos in this channel. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing. A few seconds ago, you should have received the free push notification by way of the Locker Gnome app, available for iOS and Android at this point in time, to let you know we were doing this live on YouTube. If not, I'm assuming you follow me on social media. This looks an awful lot like the first Surface, right there, except for the 2 on the box. Let's go ahead and open her up. It's going to be really simple. Lift back that bit of tape. Going to go ahead and slide this out. What do we see? Surface. Okay, very clean, very nice. Yeah, everybody doing well out there? Good to know. Yeah, people apparently are noticing my Windows Vista cap. I actually have 2 of these, and I like wearing them every so often, especially when I unbox a Microsoft product, if only to remind people that I was there. I survived Windows Vista. I made it through the battles of Vista. Anybody else out there do that? Can you claim the same? Do you have the same hat? Here we go! Let's go ahead and remove, or at least lift, this bit of tape to reveal more blue. There you go. It looks exactly like the first Surface. That would be the first Microsoft Surface tablet, not the RT one. This one, you know, the first one that they released with Windows 8 Pro. This also has Windows 8 Pro. The AC adapter looks exactly like the first AC adapter. In fact, I would not be surprised if they were interchangeable. And the thing I like about the Surface adapters, the AC adapter, is that Microsoft was smart enough to include a USB port in them. And I think that's really nice. It's a great addition. Props to Microsoft's engineers, specifically hardware engineers, for figuring that out. There's the rest of the AC adapter, and that was my sound effect. That wasn't the actual computer boot up sound. It feels an awful lot like the first Surface, and I'll do a side-by-side comparison in just a second. Let's just go ahead and finish the unboxing here. Congratulations, you've earned the best of Skype. I don't know what that means, really. They gave me a code. Oh. Unlimited world subscription and Wi-Fi for 12 months. Oh, that's nice. A bonus. And congratulations, 200 gigabytes to go on SkyDrive. That is also very nice. There's the instruction booklet here for the Surface Pro 2 and a nice little cellophane wrapper. And finally, a new stylus. I've been waiting for a new stylus because I've had the used stylus. I don't know why Microsoft did not want to give me a new one for the first Surface, but they didn't. Looks pretty much the same. In fact, I think it is, engineering-wise, exactly the same. Styluses are the same. All right. Now, let's go ahead and remove the cellophane from the Surface Pro 2. Yeah. Okay, now look behind. There, you see it? It says Surface. That may be an easy way of telling the difference between the first Surface and the next Surface. See, this one has a nice little Windows logo. This one says Surface. To tell you the truth, I appreciate the Windows logo a bit more than the word Surface. If you were to ask me, aesthetically speaking. Let's see here. Weight-wise, it's pretty hefty. Ooh, that's really hefty. Maybe, and again, I'm not looking at data. I'm just telling you by feel. Feels just a little lighter, a tiny bit lighter than the first Surface. Yeah, okay, all right. Apart from that, here's the kickstand. The lettering and labeling in there is a bit more silvery. How do I say that? You can see it more easily there than you can the writing and the etching inside the first. You can't even see that at that. There we go. I can get it in there barely. So that's another difference between the two. So yes, it is going to be faster. It's going to be surfacier. I don't know. What else do you guys want me to take a look at here in this video? I'm going to go ahead and also hold it up against the iPad Air in just a moment. Let me go ahead and check the comments to see how things are going on your end. You have to pardon because I can only see out of one eye right now. No, I'm not having health problems. It's just I'm drooling again. And maybe I am having health problems. Let's see how much juice we have in here. I'm going to try booting it up. Okay, that again, my sound effect, not that. Chris, is it the 128 gigabyte one? Yes, it is. That looks so awesome. Well, it kind of is. That's free. If you sign up, you get invited to Hotmail to join Skype project. Well, you can join Skype and Hotmail for free anyways. Are they calling it Hotmail anymore? Or is it just now Outlook.com, which I was always a fan of Outlook. Is the Surface 2 the only one with silver? That I couldn't tell you. I have not been a fan of Windows RT, and I'm not the only one. I don't know if this is true at this point, but it was at some point earlier this year. Microsoft is the only OEM that is creating Windows RT computers these days. Everybody else dropped it because no one really wanted a Windows RT computer, or at least a computer that ran Windows RT, which is kind of like a Windows Lite. They try to make the best of both worlds. They try to make it cost-effective. Unfortunately, it just didn't do very well. At this point in time, maybe at some point in the distant future, it'll do well. We shall see. Region and language, I am definitely speaking English. Next. License terms. Okay, do we agree to this or do we disagree? I'm going to accept it because there's no other button. So that tells me I have to accept it. Personalize. I like this part of the process. Let's go with magenta. No. Cyan. Deep red. Yes. PC name. PC name. What do I want to call this thing? Thing. How about I just call it thing? Thing. A little difficult to type on the Surface with two hands this way. Of course, I could change the keyboard layout to better accommodate having fingers that don't, or I guess thumbs that don't reach all the way across. So that is something that's very nice. That's built right into Windows 8 software. Thing. Okay, we're calling this thing. It doesn't look like thing. Thing was never this dark or black. Now I'm going to log into my router so I can get online. And the nice thing about the Surface is it does have the kickstand. Very nice to have that built in. Very responsive to this point. Then again, you might remember from my original Surface review, and I'm not talking about the Surface with Windows RT or the Surface RT. Well, let's go back. I want to just use Express settings and let it see it's setting up the account at this point. I like red. I don't know, did you guys get that feeling looking around my home office and these videos are in the vlog? Sign into my Microsoft account. I don't want to do that right now. Don't have it. How do I skip? I just want to skip, but I can't. It says, don't have an account, create a new account. Maybe if I just press next. Next. I don't want to log in right now. Okay, fine, I'll log into my damn account. Jeez, why wouldn't it let me skip it? I don't know. All right, where's the @ sign? Where's the @ sign? Oops, gotta type in the domain right. If I can remember my Microsoft account. It's been so long. Because usually I just have it. This information is required, my password. Really? You think? Hang on. I'm starting to get sarcastic. This is a bad sign. This is a very bad sign. I think I typed in my... okay. I can't do this right now. There we go. I finally logged in effectively and skipped past that prompt. Set this up as a new PC instead. Okay. Let's do that. Interesting. It's asking me to go through the setup process, and it would have pulled in settings from other Windows 8 PCs, which would have been nice, but I think I'm just going to configure this as a completely new PC altogether. Running Windows 8.1, assumedly, at this time. Let's see here. Any other questions from the community? People are asking me about my Mac Pro. Well, this is about the Surface Pro 2 today. My Mac Pro, however, after 6 years of heavy usage, seems to be on its last leg. It's running fine here. There's the Mac Pro screensaver going on right there. Stay tuned for more information on that. I'm going to have to get a new desktop machine. Yes, one that likely runs OS 10 so that I can run OS 10 side by side with Windows and Linux and everything using Parallels. Go.tagjag.com/parallels. Hey, you can get new apps from the store. It's installing my apps. I have apps. Huh? Do you? Yeah, you probably do. I'm guessing. But it's just letting people know that you can get new apps from the store. It's very, very nice. It's setting itself up. Anything else? Call it the GNOME PC. Yeah, it's a little routine. Are you announcing the winner of the Asus tablet? Asks Liam Blaze. Well, actually, I'm going to do that with the unboxing of the next Intel Android tablet next week, FYI. So let me go ahead and do this. Take the smart cover, type cover. No, this isn't a type cover. It's a smart cover from the iPad. Doesn't have a keyboard on it. And try to compare these two side by side. This is the iPad Air, which is substantially lighter than the Surface. Which, it's a different type of machine. I'm not going to run benchmarks against the two. It's a little disingenuous. And besides, you can look up that information on the web. You don't need my help for that. iPad Air, substantially lighter than the Surface Pro 2. The screen, well, let's see here. If we hold one up side by side or one on top of the other, you can see the iPad is thinner, lighter. Is it faster? Well, it depends. Here's the thing, right? You got to try to compare one thing against something else that is comparable against. So, for example, I may compare the Surface Pro 2 against the original Surface in a future video. That would be a fair comparison because we're talking about a Surface computer from Microsoft. I mean, all things considered, it's very difficult, just at first look to see the differences between the Surface, or the first Surface, and now the Surface Pro 2. Again, running Windows 8.1. Pretty responsive screen. I didn't have any. Oh, look at that! There's the Locker No map for Windows 8. Did you guys know there was a Locker No map for Windows 8? Someone made it. I'm very, very grateful that they did. So you can have me on your Windows 8 PC or tablet or whatever you want to call this thing these days. Yep, it is definitely Windows 8.1. Very, very nice. If you're looking for a good Windows 8 computer, a solid one, and I mean solid in terms of build quality, hardware-wise, in terms of support, in terms of software and experience. It's very difficult to see past what Microsoft's done with the Surface Pro. Certainly, the Surface Pro 2 is better than the first Surface in certain respects. Yes, it's newer, it's faster. The thing you got to keep in mind is that Microsoft's making it a very clean experience, and I appreciate that. Having used a lot of Windows 8 PCs with some custom features that are a little questionable, Microsoft really didn't layer anything on because they didn't need to. Windows 8 can stand well enough on its own, and to this day, it is easily one of my top choices for a Windows computer, a portable Windows computer, or even a desktop if you wanted to. You just flip over the kickstand, which seems to be easier to do on the Surface Pro 2 than it was on the first one. The first one I always mess it up. Run your finger very slowly across the screen. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this, but how do I freaking hold it? Here, I'll play it like a fiddle. What does a fiddle sound like? Oh, that's more like a trombone. If I slide it the right way, I don't know, slowly, smooth, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing this for, but someone asked me to do it. What do you think about the different stand angles? There's different stand angles? I Didn't realize it was different, but seems fine to me. That's really all I wanted to accomplish today, was just to unbox it, give you my initial impressions and thoughts, and I will be using this in the future for various videos, especially when it calls for a Surface PC, personal computer. A lot of PC choices these days. I'm going to go ahead and round it out with at least one more question. TJ Repairs asks, which Surface do you like more, Pro or RT? Unless Microsoft makes some radical changes, you're not likely to see me recommending or using a Windows RT computer. Now, that is not the same, or I wouldn't say the same, at least for a Windows Phone 8 or Windows Phone Experience, whatever they're calling the mobile platform these days, or for Windows 8 at this time. Of course, I've said over and over again that in order to understand Windows 8, you need one piece of hardware that is not inherently, hang on guys, it's not inherently on the Surface here. And the piece of hardware that I'm suggesting you need to really understand Windows 8, and look at that, the type cover, touch cover. This is the touch cover, right? It's the touch cover. You need to have a touchpad or a trackpad in order to really understand Windows 8 usability, right there. I didn't realize how crucial it was to understanding Windows 8 until I used Windows 8, not just, on a device like this without any kind of physical keyboard or trackpad, but as soon as I used one with a trackpad or a touchpad, then it made sense. Specifically, and you saw that I jumped over to the desktop because of the classic desktop that Microsoft is still supporting in these versions of Windows. How much free space on the storage right now? I don't know. I'm downloading apps, so it wouldn't exactly be fair for me to give you a readout on that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting this channel and the fun that we have. If you had fun, if you didn't have fun, well, you're not going to like this channel very much. I'm a fan of good experiences. I'm a fan of multiple platforms. I'm a fan of geekery in general, which is one of the reasons why I decided to unbox this in a Windows Vista cap and a Boba Fett hoodie. Hang on. Gonna just go ahead and go all out with this thing. Why not? So, thank you again for remembering to comment, like, share, subscribe, and of course watch even more of our videos right now.